With less potency up front than a £2 bottle of cologne, Leeds are set to raid Liverpool for their international Starlet. But could that lead to our Starlet Summerville departing over to Hamburg in the process? Could Rafinha still be poised for an exit away from Ellen Road? The Augustine scandal could leave Leeds facing a hefty transfer ban. And could Leeds finally secure the AARONSON deal once and for all? Hey guys, boy JT, welcome back to another episode of South Stand Signings, the series where we go through every transfer rumour linked with the beautiful whites Leeds United, and we have a little talk. And there really is no better place to start than with Liverpool International Starlet Takumi Minamino. That is right, in the midst of Leeds being unable to secure any kind of attacking threat in the January transfer window, with potential departures occurring in the next couple of days as well, Leeds have set their sight over to the red side of Merseyside, where it is of course Takumi Minamino who has sparked the interest of one Marcelo Bielsa. This of course came after news emerged the other day that Liverpool are set to secure the acquisition of Luis Diaz, of course leaving the door open for Takumi Minamino and Divock Origi to leave the Reds in January. Takumi Minamino has yet to set the world on fire since joining the Reds, securing 37 Premier League appearances in that time, but only scoring 5 goals. He has found it ever hard to displace the red-hot duo of Sadio Mane and Mohamed Salah since joining Liverpool, and hasn't really been able to manufacture himself consistent game time. With that in mind, would he really even be a good signing for Leeds? Would he be someone who would push Leeds forward and help drive us away from that impending doom of the relegation zone? The stats there would tell you no. However, this season has been slightly different for the Japanese international, as he has seen himself really shine in the EFL Cup, where he's secured himself 4 goals and 1 assist in 5 games. That of course equating to 1 goal every 97 minutes. He hasn't performed too bad in the league either this year, with limited game time really only allowing him to feature for 86 minutes on the pitch. He has been able to secure himself 2 goals, equating to 1 goal every 43 minutes. And whilst this did come within 8 appearances, due to the real lack of game time, it really shows that he is someone who can come in with an instant impact and help change games off the bench, which is something that we have kind of lacked with Leeds United in general this year. We've seen it a little bit with Gelhardt. We saw it, of course, with Patrick Bamford on his return, but otherwise, there's a lot of times when we bring someone off the bench and we're really hoping for an instant impact, whether it be Sam Greenwood, whether it be Crescencio Summerville, whether it even be Dan James at times, and we're really hoping for them to change something up, change the dynamic, and claw back a point for Leeds United. As of yet, we have really yet to see too many players be able to do that, but could Takumi Minamino be one of those players? But let me know what you guys think about this one. Would you go for him? Would you hold your gunpowder dry and try and go for a better player in the summer? This is being touted, of course, as a loan deal with an option to buy in the summer. Can't really go wrong with it. Can't really go wrong with a cheeky Takumi Minamino in January. So for me, it is going to have to be a big fat cop. And from one former Rasenburg Salzburg prodigy to another, we do go back, of course, with Brendan Aronson. Brendan Aronson and RB Salzburg are yet to respond to the £20 million bid which Leeds lodged last week. Now, Leeds are apparently posturing to make a third bid for Aronson, despite not hearing back for the second one, because Leeds are said to be extremely desperate to get this deal through in January, and you can see why with the state of our midfield. One thing's for damn sure, we need a midfielder. We need some sort of quality, some sort of dynamism in there that we have been lacking this entire campaign, and this Brendan Aronson saga just seems to keep rolling on, spiraling on. I think this really smacks to me of Rodrigo de Paul syndrome, where we keep talking about it. He's liking up the posts, he's following the club, Brendan Aronson confirmed. We've seen it all before as Leeds fans, and I'm afraid to tell you guys, Brendan Aronson, at least in January, it's a big fat drop. And speaking of bogus stories which seem to be picking up traction from nowhere, it has emerged over the coming 24 hours that Leeds have been linked with a move away for our star man Rafinha. Apparently this time it is the Hammers who are rumoured to come in with a bid for £50 million. I mean, what a load of utter nonsense. It has just come out of absolutely nowhere. Not even West Ham fans are buying this. Nobody's buying this story at all. It's clearly just another ploy by Deco to try and increase their stake in the transfer negotiations with Leeds, with of course Rafinha being set to sign that new contract with Leeds. Do you really think Leeds would sell him at this point in the window for a mere £50 million when we could hold out until the summer and get maybe £100 million plus from one of these European clubs? It doesn't make any sense to me at all. There is no information backing it up. Another day of drops, but for me it is going to have to be a big fat drop. And Leeds have really been dropped on their head when it comes to this whole Jean-Kevin Augustin situation. I mean, what an absolute debacle. Leeds, of course, signing the Frenchman on loan with an option to buy of £18 million, or rather an obligation to buy if Leeds were to secure promotion from the Championship. Now, this is where it gets interesting. For anybody that doesn't know, Leeds, of course, did secure promotion from the Championship and therefore should have had to sign him. However, this was a year like no other. This was a year in which there was a 3-month break in the season, of course, because of COVID. Because of that, the time of the season actually finished, and when we actually secured promotion had actually gone past the elapsed time that was pre-agreed between RB Leipzig and Leeds United for when we had to get promoted to buy Jean-Kevin Augustin. We didn't want to buy him, so we managed to wriggle our way out for the short term, but it does look like it has come to bite us in the arse, because this case has, of course, still been going on by the Court of Arbitration for Sport. They have still been going over all the facts and figurinos, and it does look like Leeds are 100% going to lose this. A verdict on the case is said that it's going to be held on March 15th of 2022, and when Leeds more than likely get proven guilty of dodging this, who have 45 days to send RB Leipzig their £18 million, and if we don't manage to do that within the 45 days, we could find ourselves with a big fat transfer ban. And finally, of course, it is time to touch on Crescencio Summerville. Personally, one of my favorite youngsters in this entire youth academy for Leeds. The first guy who really caught my eye from the first time he laced those boots for Leeds United's first team on that cold, wet, I believe it was a Tuesday night in Fulham in the Cup. And the things I was seeing him do on the ball there, the raw talent, the raw potential was clear to see. And he is one of my favorite, if not my favorite youngster in that squad, and I think he is one of the ones that could really set the world on fire within a few years. But that is all for today. We will keep you updated with every transfer linked with the beautiful whites of Leeds United coming up within the next couple of days before the transfer window commences. But for now, Leeds still yet to make any signings. But thank you guys very much for watching. It has been your boy JT. This has been South Stand Stories, and come on Leeds, let's make some goddamn transfers within the next couple of days before I die of an aneurysm. Thank you very much, guys. It has been your boy JT, and I'll see you next time.